guys, what's up? Ars Crusader here. So today I'm going to be doing a remake of my 2014 prayer cost efficiency video, just because it was my most popular video on this channel, and with Enlightenment coming up, it'll probably be the most helpful for you guys. So before getting into the actual guide, I just want to explain the main principle behind this, which is time versus cost, or otherwise commonly abbreviated as TVC. So basically, it's how much you value your time. So for instance, you can do a training method that is free and 100k XP per hour, or let's say there is a method that is 200k XP per hour with 1 GP per XP. So basically, if you were to do an hour of training, then with the faster method you'd finish the same goal 30 minutes faster, and then therefore you could spend the 30 minutes you used to recoup the losses. So for instance, in that case, you would have to value your time or have a TVC value of 400k GP per hour in order to justify doing the faster training method. So I'm going to basically be giving you guys two sets of numbers. One of them is going to be the base XP and GP per hours and whatnot, and then the other is going to be applied with all the boosts. So for the boost, I'm going to include 6% from the full first stage outfit, 10% refer a friend, 5% from a perfect plus potion or a perfect juju prayer potion, and 3% clan avatar. So I'm not going to include the supreme harmony aura, which would be an extra 2.5%, because I'm going to assume that most people are watching this guide for the use of enlightenment, and then adding the harmony aura would just complicate your guys' calculations later. And then also, I'm not going to include a 6% clan avatar because I'm going to assume that most people aren't going to be using runners, and I'm trying to make this as helpful for most people as possible. And finally, I'm just going to assume that you can use 1600 bones / ashes per hour with the normal way, not with runners, and that all of the things that you buy you go for mid-GE prices. Obviously, prices are subject to change, blah blah blah. But anyways, let's get into the guide. So I'm only going to go as far down as Infernal Ashes, because if you are doing lower stuff like Baby Dragon Bones or Big Bones, then just click X, please. But I'm going to only say the numbers with all of the bonuses applied, but the base XPs will be in parentheses if you are interested. So Infernal Ashes are 275 XP each, 440k XP per hour assuming 1600 used per hour, 1748 GP each, which equates to a 6.4 GP per XP. Moving on to Dragon Bones, they are 317 XP each, so that would be 507.2k XP per hour, and at a GE price of 2011 GP, then that is 6.3 GP each. And since it's basically the same GP per XP as Infernal Ashes, then you don't even need a TVC value. Go ahead and skip Infernals. On to Tortured Ashes now. They are 397 XP each, so that'd be 635.2k XP per hour, and at a GE price of 3,557 GP, then that is a GP per XP of 9.0. So basically, when comparing Tortured Ashes to Dragon Bones, you will spend an extra 1.37 mil in order to save 0.2 hours, and therefore the TVC value for this is 6.8 mil GP per hour, or in other words, do Tortured Ashes over Dragon Bones if you value your time at over 6.8 mil GP per hour. Next will be Arid Bones, so they are 584 XP each, which equates to 934.4k XP per hour. At a GE price of 7,112, then that is a GP per XP of 12.2. So, in comparing Arid Bones to Tortured Ashes, that is, you spend an extra 2 mil to save 0.32 hours, and therefore your TVC value would be 6.35 mil GP per hour, or in other words, go ahead and skip Tortured Ashes and do Arid Bones. Moving on to Frost Dragon Bones now, they are 793 XP each, which equates to 1.2688 mil XP per hour, and at a GE price of 11,835, then that is 14.9 GP per XP. So when comparing Frost Dragon Bones to Airroot Bones, then you spend an extra 2.5 mil GP in order to save 0.26 hours, and therefore you get a TVC value of 9.6 mil GP per hour. And Searing Ashes. They are 882 XP each. They are 1.411 million XP per hour, but cost 17,452 GP each, which equates to 19.8 GP per XP. So when comparing Searing Ashes to Frost Dragon Bones, you spend an extra 6.2 million GP in order to save 0.1 hours, and therefore your TVC value would have to be 61.5 million GP per hour in order to justify doing Searing Ashes over Frost Dragon Bones. So I'm going to include cleansing crystals when there is the Heaven Voice for it. So each crystal will give you 15,256 XP, and assuming 30 use per hour, then that is 457k XP per hour. And you always buy the crystals from the monks for 110k each, so that is a GP per XP of 7.21. So basically, this method does beat Infernal Ashes in terms of XP, but it's beaten out by Dragon Bones in both XP per hour as well as GP per XP. So, so this method is never really worth it. Besides, if you have prayer brawlers and like you're uber poor or something. So that was the guide. Hope you enjoyed. There were a couple of updates since the 2014 version of this. So anyways, I hope this positively affects your choices for Enlightenment Aura. And so anyways, like this video if you liked it, comment with any comments, subscribe for more content, and as always, stay efficient, my friends.